Hi, everyone, and welcome to the special simulcast, the Neil Haley Show and the Love Is Podcast. I'm excited to welcome the host of the Love Is Podcast, Kim Sorrelle. Kim, how are you? And, when you talk the shows and you get really, really excited, Kim, it's one of your favorite shows, I know.
I do. I was in the theaters, like the very first showing I could possibly go to see the first 3 episodes of season 4. And I love The Chosen. I love what you guys are doing. I love both of your characters. Kirk B. Woller, you have been in over 170 films. You got to be kidding me. I don't know. We're the same age, and I can't imagine that kind of energy to be in that many films and TV shows, X-Files, and so much more. You played college football. Man, I don't know who knows that about you, but you played college football and won some awards, leadership awards, and have done all kinds of things. Welcome to the show, Joey, Vahedi. Oh my word, Joseph, I love your character. It's just amazing. And Joey, you've done some great things. You're an earthbender. I think that's pretty amazing. So anyway, welcome to the show. I'm so glad to have both of you here. How is season 4 going for you with the big launch? And did you ever expect it to be in theaters?
It's been remarkable to see the feedback that we've been getting. I mean, we started off as this indie web series. No one really knew what was going to happen with the show. And then here we are 4 seasons later, about to shoot season 5 in this coming spring. It's become this global phenomenon. It's reached over 700 million people. We have people from all different parts of the world telling us about how much they love the show, how they feel they connect to these characters. They feel like they're seeing these stories in a completely different light for the first time. So, as a performer and just a human being, it's so cool to see the impact that this show has had on people.
That's awesome. Kirk, same question to you.
Well, I will say it's strange to see your head the size of a bus when you go to the movie theater itself. That's always very trippy to see. And yeah, I mean, come on, I'm blown away by the success of the show, and it's a privilege of a lifetime to be a part of something that seems to be having so much genuine impact on people. Like, all theatrical businessy stuff aside, the fact that people are having it has an effect on their lives. I mean, what a great thing is that? I think we all want to try to do good in this life, right? And so to be a part of something that seems to be doing good, amazing. And the fact that it's in movie theaters and there is a collective experience and that it's doing so well at the box office. I think it's up to 14 million for the first 3 episodes,
Wow.
and the next 3 are starting today. Yeah, isn't that crazy? $14 million, 15 million. It's great. So it's a blessing, and I'm very grateful.
Yeah, well, and they want to put it out in 600 languages, which I think is incredible, very ambitious, but God can kind of do anything because he's kind of cool that way. So, Kirk, you play Gaius, and
Yes,
what
ma'am.
an interesting character. I think it's so great to have Gaius on the show, to have this balance, because I think so much in life we think of good guys and bad guys, and nobody thinks they're a bad guy, right? Like,
Yes.
Gaius doesn't realize he's on the bad guy team, because, it's just kind of funny to me. So you kind of play, one foot in each world. And what is it like? How do you see the good guy, bad guy thing?
Well, I don't, you said it so beautifully. I'm so happy to hear you say that. Nobody thinks they're a bad person, ever. And you could take the most notorious people in history. Nobody thinks they're bad. Everybody has a reason for why they do what they do. They justify what they do. All of us do, from cheating on our taxes to infidelity to whatever. Everybody has a reason that's justified, and they stand behind that reason. So nobody thinks they're doing a bad thing. So I think it's the same. That was my approach. You can never judge a character. I know Joey, I believe, is the same way. You can't judge the character you play. You have to honor them, step into the shoes. Literally, I'm stepping into the shoes of somebody else. So I need to honor that. I need to respect that. And it's very easy to vilify Rome. Hey, Rome's pretty rocking. They did some amazing things. They did occupy, but they also brought infrastructure and water and medicine and so many great things. The calendar. So,
Yeah.
you have to look at things. Hey, Super Bowl, They're still using Roman numerals, just saying. So you got to have perspective on this. So I think I approach it in that way, as humanly as possible.
Now, Joey, is your character a bad guy or good guy? That's a good question, right? You know, because some people think of him as good and some bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Well, Thomas, I think, has this unfair reputation of being called doubting Thomas. You know,
Right.
I don't think Thomas is a doubter at all. If anything, I think he's someone who questions. And the reason he questions is because of how much he loves Jesus. I think a lot of people can identify with that I don't think anyone ever questions someone that they love or something that they love because they don't care. I think they question because they care so much and they're afraid to lose that. So I do think doubter is probably not the best phrase for him, and I would say if anything, he probably, in my opinion, cares about Jesus the most.
See, that's an
Yeah.
interesting thing. Kim, would you agree with that point? I wouldn't, but I haven't gotten the chance to really go through and binge through The Chosen, which is going to take me a long time. But really, that I would think it differently the way I was taught about Thomas. Kim.
Oh yeah, no, I love the way Thomas is portrayed for sure. And I absolutely. And even in the Bible though, he had a moment of doubt. It's not like he was just a doubter. It was just a moment of doubt and wanted some proof, right? And but otherwise he was a faithful follower. And I love it that you seem so intimidated by Yasmin's beauty, you know, Rama's beauty, and how that dynamic works is so cool. One thing that I love about The Chosen too is that it's so groundbreaking in the way that Dallas has put it together, and I think about like his dad with the Left Behind series, that was groundbreaking, and then this too is groundbreaking, and to put it out there, the life of Jesus in a way that is so human and so incredible, and I love that. And Joey, I think I heard a story about when you were first on the set and Jesus came over and knocked into you, and
Yeah,
what was
yeah,
that about?
yeah. So this was I was only on set for 1 week in season one. It was the last week of filming, and this is the moment where we were about to film Thomas and Jesus looking at the urns filled, and wondering like, what are we going to do now that the wine is out? They're standing next to each other, and I think they're both standing like this, right? Before the take, this was probably like 2 a.m. We were shooting this, and before the take, Jonathan walked by me and just kind of, gave me a little nudge on the shoulder, and I looked back, and he didn't look at me. He didn't really acknowledge me or anything, but it was kind of this unspoken thing where he was kind of saying to me in a way like, hey, I'm coming for you, or whatever it was, right? Or like, get ready. And that's probably like my second day on set or something like that. But it was such a great moment because it was his way of telling me we're teammates, right? We're doing this together. And I think that transfers over to a lot of what you see on screen, because in a way, everybody is a teammate. All the disciples are this team of people who, like a sports team, each have their own individual unique role and job to do. And sometimes that stuff clashes because people feel like someone's not holding up their end of the bargain or what it is. With season 4, I think you're going to see a lot of that stuff happening. And I think you're going to start to see people getting really scared because their leader is now doing things that are seriously endangering people. It's no longer just a radical message. It is a radical message to the highest of authorities, and people are taking notice.
All right. So season 4 available in theaters, The Chosen. Appreciate it, guys. Worldwide. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
All right. That was a special simulcast, Neil Haley Show on the Love Is podcast, guys.